Sometimes the quietest places have the loudest stories. Right in the middle of Winter Park, tucked between neighborhoods and busy roads, there's a 48-acre stretch of green where time just slows down. This is Mead Botanical Gardens, and like most beautiful things, it started with love and loss. The garden was founded in 1940, just 4 years after the death of Theodore Mead, a man whose curiosity changed the way the Florida grew. He was a horticulturist, a scientist, and a dreamer, known for his work with orchids, caladiums, bromeliads, and citrus. Mead was obsessed with color and life, spending years experimenting with plants that could thrive in Florida's heat and storms. When he died in 1936, his friends Jack Connery and Dr. Edwin Grover didn't want his work to fade into memory. So they made a plan to create a living monument in his honor. They found a lush piece of land near Howe Creek, a place where hammocks had met wetlands, where air plants hung like lace, and where the soil still remembered what it meant to bloom. Local leaders, including Senator Walter Rose and Winter Park Mayor James Treat, helped by donating land. Then, with community support and a grant from the Works Progress Administration, Mead Botanical Gardens began to take shape. By the time it was officially dedicated in 1940, it was already becoming something special, a place where science, beauty, and public space met in harmony. The WPA crews built walking trails, bridges, and greenhouses. Thousands of orchids, many from Mead's own collection, were brought here, and for years it flourished. People came to walk in the shaded paths, to study native plants, to breathe. It wasn't a tourist attraction. It was a community effort, a gift, the kind of place that reminds you what can happen when people decide something deserves to be remembered. Of course, time isn't always kind. By the late 20th century, Mead Gardens started to struggle. Storms came, funding faded, invasive plants crept in. But instead of letting it vanish, the people of Winter Park did what communities do best. They showed up. Volunteers, local gardeners, and nature lovers began restoring trails, pulling weeds, and planting new life. Piece by piece, the garden started to heal. Today, Mead Garden is a part park, part classroom, and part sanctuary. You'll find families walking the trails, photographers waiting for just the right light, bird watchers with notebooks, and students from local schools learning what makes Florida unique. You can still see traces of its early days, the old boardwalks, the curve of the creek, the feeling that this place is alive with memory. Every so often, you'll pass a little sign with a plant name or a bench under a canopy of oaks. Those small things tell you that volunteers are still at work, that the story of this garden isn't over. It's still growing, still remembering, still blooming the way that Theodore Mead dreamed it would. When I walk through here, I think about the kind of love that it takes to build something for someone who's gone, to create a space not just to mourn, but to continue their work, their joy. That's what this garden is. It's a promise kept. If you ever need a place to think or breathe, or just be reminded that people can do beautiful things when they care enough, Mead Garden is waiting. You'll find it where the trees bend over the water, where the turtles bask in the sun, where the snakes slither across the road in front of you. You'll find it where the moss is growing long, where the air smells like sunlight, and where the past quietly grows alongside the present. I don't travel much these days, mostly because I'm broke. But the Wanderlust, it's still alive and kicking. So I started looking for closer to home places that I could go. And I'm lucky enough to live in a city where history grows right out of the ground. And within just a short drive, there's always somewhere new to explore. Mead Garden checked all the boxes for me. It's free, it's quiet, and most importantly, it's calm enough that I can bring my autistic kid with me without worrying about sensory overload. With all the construction noise in my own neighborhood, places like this matter for both of us. The kid can listen to birds instead of bulldozers, watch the light shift through the trees, and just be. That kind of peace is priceless. Another reason I came here, my own health. I know I need to move more, but let's be real, exercise just to exercise is so boring. I won't do it. But if you tell me I can walk somewhere new, somewhere with a story, a little bit of mystery maybe a forgotten plaque or two, I'm there. That kind of walk feeds my soul and tricks my body into joining along. My favorite spot in Mead Garden had to be the greenhouse. It was hot and humid, of course, but the koi pond made it a little worth it. The sound of the water moving, the plants all around. It moved through me like thoughts. I finally had a space to hear quiet and unrushed. I found myself wondering about the people who built this place. Theodore Mead, Jack Connery, Dr. Grover, Senator Rose. What happened to them after the garden opened? Where do they rest now? That's just how my mind works. Even in a place filled with life, I think about the ones who came before. The creators, the educators, the caretakers, all the people who left their mark in this world. Mead Garden isn't just a park. It's proof that ordinary people can build something extraordinary, and that kindness and curiosity can root themselves into the earth and keep growing long after we do. Maybe that's why I keep wandering in these places. Not because they're far away or famous, but because they remind me that you don't have to go very far to find something worth remembering. Sometimes you just have to slow down, look around, and see what's been waiting for you all along. When I find places like this, I wonder if maybe they're just reminders. Life isn't supposed to be super fast, always accomplishing something, always doing. You can slow down and it's okay. That even when life feels heavy, there's still beauty waiting quietly for you to notice it. You don't have to buy tickets, plan a whole trip. You just have to show up. For me, places like Mead Garden, they're therapy. I don't have to explain. I can walk the paths, listen to the water move through the creek, and feel my whole mind unclench. My kid finds peace here too. The quiet, the birds, the space to breathe without anyone expecting her to speak or to fit into the world any other way than her own. I think that's what makes local history matter so much. It connects us back to the people who built something that was meant to last a little longer than themselves. Mr. Connery and Dr. Grover, they didn't create this garden to make money. They did it because they loved a person who loved growing things. They wanted Thomas Mead's legacy to have a place to grow and survive. And maybe that's the same reason I'm out here, filming, telling stories. I'm just trying to grow something, a memory, a connection, a reason to keep wandering, to create a memory for myself, and maybe for others to remember me when I'm long gone. If you're listening to this and you've got a day where you feel stuck or you feel small. Find your own little slice of peace in this insane world. Maybe it's a park or a trail, or maybe you're just sitting outside with your coffee. Just peace. This was Mead Botanical Gardens in Winter Park, Florida, a living reminder that even the smallest seeds can outlive us. Thanks for listening to me talk to myself. If you like this kind of content, hit like. If you want more, subscribe. If you know a place that I should visit or something struck you in some kind of way, comment. Until next time, wander often, wonder always. Stay safe on those back roads.